right, welcome to this episode of Have It Today podcast. I'm today joined by Katie Bates. Katie is responsible for our partner sales and running our global partnerships and alliances. The company is really in an interesting state now, and we really believe that the partnerships are the way to grow the company, but also kind of to help our customer base even much more than we have been able to do without the partners. Okay, we have had partners, but now we are able to invest a bit more to that area with your help as well.
Yeah, and I see the opportunity, I think, from a partnership perspective, not just seeing it from a point of view of being able to get greater market reach and grow in wider geographical areas, and all the typical partner stuff of increasing retention, revenues, and all that great stuff. But more importantly, I think it's really working with partners to drive really positive customer success through to their customers and also our customers. And I think that just brings a lot more dynamic to the partnership role over and above what is typical just growing out.
Yeah, I think it's what I have always been thinking is that the position where we are is really a happy position, because we can help everybody in the ecosystem, and in a way they can help us and each other, and in the end the customer and the customer's end users. Yeah. So kind of how we measure our customer success, as you now know, is how much better, how much happier the end users of our customers are and how much productivity they gain. That is exactly the same target for the partners we are working together, and it is for our customers. So kind of there is a common target for us and the partners, and I think that's something we have been now discussing quite a lot, that we really want to find those partners who can help our customers and their end users the most, because that's kind of extension to our customer success. But
I completely agree with you, Sami. I think there's also what I've learned very quickly in the last 2 months is it's a learning curve, though, for all of us. We can't do this on our own, and neither can our partners. And I think we rely on our influencers of the business, such as XLA Collab, Bright Horse, and Roy Atkinson. There's lots of podcasts we've done where these guys have actually really influencing in the market in order to bring experience level management out to the forefront of organizations. And already I've had quite a few conversations with the MSPs where they've gone, what does XLA mean? There's still an awful lot of learning to be doing, but their customers are saying, I want us to understand our user experience. And suddenly you start blending the two together, and together we can provide a fantastic solution.
Yeah, I think that's great to be working with great people, both from those smaller partners, but I think there is, how I have seen, there is a lot of kind of different level of maturity in a way in the MSP field as well. Many big MSPs now discussing with us that they want to do something together and so on. But in some of those discussions, you really understand that there is a pressure coming from customers that is making them interested, some much more proactive, and that are kind of pushing this industry on themselves towards more kind of a business-oriented approach. I think that changed what we are now driving together with all these partners and customers. Kind of it is quite a big one, because IT has been so focused on internal efficiency, and now suddenly we and others are saying that don't focus on the output, focus on the outcome. And even those terms are like, what do you mean? And that has been quite often the discussion with potential partners, but when everybody gets it, then they really get it. And I think that's been very helpful for us also to learn from the others what they are and how they are talking about this area.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I think also what's really refreshing is actually they're seeing it as a differentiator in the market. It's how does one partner compete with another? How do they take something different to their customers that leads with digital transformation and user experience rather than the traditional technology-based SLAs, data governance? And I think just seeing them open up, I think even when we're talking to the conversations, they know they want something, the customers know they want something, but opening up that conversation to show them really what's possible and to get into the realms of our product capability and sharing that with them to deliver that, that customer success, that customer outcome is a really, really powerful position to be in. And, for me, I think it's great, because I think partnership sales can sometimes be the hardest sale because you have three different things that you need to sell. First of all, you need to sell the value of us or our organization to a partner, then their value, understand their value that they deliver to their customer, which in the MSPs is completely different if it's a dedicated versus a shared environment. And then you've got to understand what the customer journey is as well. So you've got to think about lots of different aspects. And I love the fact that we can see that journey progressing and helping our partners through that.
Yeah. I think one thing what I have learned from you is that now when discussing with those partners in the beginning, it is very, very relevant with at least the biggest ones that they already have an approach. They already have a team, maybe even that is focused on experience or experience level. So they are focused on the experience management as such. Because if there isn't such commitment and they are just like, okay, very, very early in learning, it will take time for us to be able to help them to a better level because they need to do the investment of having people who are focused on this one so that together we can be successful, because otherwise it's that part of the selling that you said, those three areas, kind of that has to be already done in the organization, that they understood that, okay, this kind of change is needed, because otherwise big organizations are so slow to change that maybe with those partners, we wait a bit more to start the cooperation. But now, as we are now doing, selecting the partners that are the best one to work with from the perspective of the end customers.
Yeah,
so that's
absolutely.
really good. We can, yeah, sorry.
From a partnership perspective, I mean, I've been in many organizations where, you go into an organization and they suddenly say, we've got hundreds of partners, and you go, but what are you doing with those partners? And you say, well, they're not very proactive, or some of them have been sat there and we haven't done anything. I want to really take a different approach. For me, you're absolutely right. If they're not interested in experience management and providing that sort of level of service to their customer, then it shouldn't be where our focus lies, because there are plenty of partners out there that are really driving this agenda, and we can help them. We can help them improve that story to their customer. But it's not just about getting in there as a sale. It's about taking that customer on the journey, and our product really shows the value when we can start having those monthly or quarterly meetings, or the partner can have those with their customers to really show, how do we change? How do we make improvements that are going to be better for not only the IT service desk, but also for the end users themselves? So you see that cultural shift coming through.
Yeah.
Those partners are the ones that we really want to grasp, that are willing to go on that journey and understand experience management. Even if it's at a small level at the moment, because obviously the market's still growing, we're still having to educate. But if they have that need and desire, then absolutely they're the ones that we really want to align to.
Yeah. Hey, I think, Katie, we wanted to keep this podcast quite short. Main point, getting that people get to know you, and hey, shortly, when somebody listening this from partner side or even customer side, if they want to reach you and ask how to get to be an our partner, please give how to find you.
Absolutely. Come to me. Katie.bates@happysignals.com, or come through the channels. I would absolutely love to talk to you and see what the opportunity is and how we can actually work together.
All right. Hey, as we always say during these times, stay happy and stay safe.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sami.